Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, people, and welcome to Footy Judge Mo. Big up the man from Uncle for the super chat. You owe us 25 minutes of lost time for being late. You can tell who's late. There was a couple of people, technical difficulties for some people. Ashraf is a little bit late. We got stuck in traffic as well. So apologies for everyone that is here, that is waiting for us. This is going to be a great show. We'll talk about Isak to Liverpool. Is it actually happening? Or did Newcastle actually play the smartest game in football by pushing Liverpool to sign Ekitike? By the way, Philip, your camera is kind of acting a little bit like we can't see you. You're faint. I don't know why. Is it only me or?
No, you look like an astronaut.
Yeah, like
You've got an astronaut head on.
Like I think the background. I think the background.
I'll take off the background.
Yeah.
I also want to vouch for Mo. Mo wasn't late. He was in the green room talking with me. Okay, he was waiting for other people. Okay.
Like I've been here for a bit talking to K-Max.
It's my fault entirely. Sorry.
It's not only your fault, to be honest with you. It's not only your fault.
Does that matter?
I think a little bit, yeah, a little bit.
That's all I got, folks. That's all I got.
It's good. It's good. As long as we can see you, we can hear you well, we're good to go. We're going to be joined, guys, by Ashraf. We're going to be joined by Shez. We're talking Chelsea. We're talking Arsenal. And we're talking Isak first. But I want to start with a couple of things. Hit that like button, people. We've got 500 people in the house, and we're just starting the show. So you better get the... I don't want to stop the show every minute to ask you for the likes. You know that the like button pushes the show to the next viewer, of course. All these guys' channels are in the description. Toon Tactics, K-Mac, Ashraf, and Shez, of course. And also, I am very close to 37,000, less than 100 subs. If you push the likes, we can get more viewers. Sorry, I said Cisco. Maybe I'm wrong. Ekitike, I mean Ekitike. Philip.
Yes, sir.
The links with Liverpool to Isak is real, correct?
Yes,
Newcastle have said that he's not for sale.
Yeah.
But also Liverpool still are trying to negotiate for him. That means, in my head, that they got the green light from the player that he wants to go to Liverpool. My logical reasoning is that if the club doesn't want to sell and the player doesn't want to move, there is no point of them negotiating. Am I wrong to say this? At least there has to be a... Okay, let me repeat this again. Liverpool are not going to sit at the table with Newcastle or test the waters unless they know one or two things. It's Newcastle want to sell or the player want to move. If the player doesn't want to move and the club doesn't want to sell, there is no point of them at least sitting at the table. Am I wrong to say this?
It depends. In ordinary circumstances, if any club, not just Liverpool, if any club tend to bid for a player, they would have sort of green light, as you say, from like intermediaries, because you can't speak to the player directly, as you're not supposed to, but we know that happens. It depends, and again, it depends on the situation and how you read it. What you're saying isn't wrong. I don't know if it's interesting that Liverpool are moving for him now, the day after we move from Hugo Ekitike, and then obviously you get this information about Ornstein, and really it's like a media war. Like, it's who do you believe and what's happening? Is it that Liverpool got the magic phone call from Isak or his representatives, and they're moving for him now, which could be a plausible thing. I'm not poo-pooing any of these kind of possibilities. Or is it a situation where, for me, I'm interested to see how really genuinely interested Liverpool are in Hugo Ekitike, because I know they've also been interested in Sesko as well. So I think from my personal take, I know that for sure Liverpool are interested in Isak. He's from all accounts consistently been so their number one priority. But Liverpool aren't the only club that's interested in Isak. And I think if you're Liverpool, you want to try and get Isak this year, because if you, heaven forbid, you have to wait till next summer, then you've got Bayern Munich and Barcelona to contend with. But I think Newcastle as a club are in a stronger position in terms of 3 years on Isak's contract. And I think if we are to sell him, it will be next year where there'll be more of a market for him. The main thing is for people to say Isak's going to throw a fit. And he may not. I don't think he will. I think in terms of going back to your point, a club doesn't move for a player unless it's a green light. Perhaps there is, perhaps. Obviously, we get other news as well. I think it's no coincidence that the previous day when Newcastle submitted an offer for Hugo Ekitike, you then get Liverpool in the next 24 hours making a move for Isak. And so I think there's a little bit more to that than there is around Isak really wants to go and, that kind of thing. So that's where I take it from. That's my take on it.
Anybody here think that Newcastle are playing a game to try to make Liverpool bid higher for Ekitike?
No, Liverpool are playing the game here. I'm sorry.
No. I'm telling you, Newcastle are playing the game. So Newcastle bid for Ekitike. Okay, let me put this in.
Newcastle have wanted Ekitike for years.
Yeah,
it's the second time. This is 2 times you've tried for him already. So this will be the 3rd time, because you tried for him at PSG. Sorry, you tried for him when he went to PSG, but he went to PSG, and then you tried for him.
Reims.
Yeah, and then you tried for him when he was leaving PSG to go to Germany. So you clearly wanted Ekitike for a long time.
Yeah.
A really good friend of mine who's a diehard Newcastle fan has said that he's been on their list for a long time.
Yeah.
So is Isak for Liverpool. Liverpool had a secret meeting with Isak's agent. What was his name? Vlado Lemich or whatever his name is, I think. Back in 2017. Sorry, back in 2016, when Isak was 17. We tried to sign him then from IAK before he went to Dortmund. Then we tried to sign him when he was at Real Sociedad. But the only reason we didn't get him was because Jurgen wanted Nunes. This is just all things that have come to pass. And the fruition, everybody's going to get their man. You're going to get Ekitike, who you've been after for God knows how long. And we're going to get Isak, who we've been after for God knows how long. And all of that's been arranged by all the mates, and you know that Eddie Howe's mates with Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes, because they used to be in the same data analysis team at Portsmouth with Harry Redknapp. History, friends, relationships, all of this is just going to end up with the players ending up at the clubs that they're supposed to end up at.
To be honest with you, if Newcastle fold and sell Isak for 120 million plus add-ons, whatever that add-ons.
It's more.
To be honest with you, how much? Is it 130?
Yeah, 130.
130 is not a lot. If Caicedo and Declan Rice 2 years ago went for 100 million midfielders, a striker for 130 million with the caliber of Isak, that is not a lot of money, with all due respect. To be honest with you, Liverpool can get their man, but Newcastle, with all the fuss and all the tantrum that the Newcastle media and the Newcastle journalists, of course, we're not selling Isak. Isak is not for sale. And after all of this, you just go to get Ekitike and sell Isak. I think that tells me a lot about where Newcastle are at. I thought that Newcastle would keep Isak, at least for the ambition of the club, because the club are owned by the richest owners in the world. They have a project. There is a reason why they signed Elanga, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali, Botman, the Trafford, the goalkeeper, Livramento. That team is building something. But to go and sell your talisman to basically a direct rival like Liverpool for that money, which is 130, to get Ekitike, which is, let's be honest, Ekitike is not Isak. He's not as good as Isak. Tells me where Newcastle project are. That's not a dig. That is basically, maybe they know where they are now and they can't keep a hold of someone.
I can't figure out. Are you speaking in hypotheticals? Are you saying this is happening?
You just say Newcastle are a direct.
What do you mean
rival?
hypotheticals? What do I mean?
You just say Newcastle are a direct rival.
Yeah,
no, they're not.
Okay,
no, they're not.
So hold on. You don't think that Newcastle? Okay, if Isak is 25, you
signed
him. Let me give you. Before people jump on and just get rattled. Okay, Newcastle as a football club, the talisman is 25 years old. Basically, at 25 years old, as a striker, can give you 5 years at least. They have Gordon, they have Guimaraes is young, they have Tonali is young, they have Livramento is young, they have Botman is young. Liverpool just signed Wirtz, who's a young player. They are about to sign that. They want to sign the 25 years old in Isak, right? You can't tell me that Newcastle, and Philip can attest to this, the owner said that by 2027 or 2028, we want to build a team that is able to compete. So that means you're selling your talisman. In 3 years, the guy might still be at Liverpool at the age of 28, which is a prime age. He is a direct rival.
I don't know which question we've gone into. I don't know which question.
Exactly, but I want to start. Like, you're saying that I'm going hypothetical.
No. I'm asking. Are you speaking?
I am literally. I started, Philip. By the way, your sound is a bit. There is a massive. Are you speaking through your microphone?
Yeah. No, it's where I am. It's where I am.
No, no, it's not what it's. Your microphone is much better than this. I did a lot of shows with you before.
Have you got your mic on your keyboard?
It's connected to your laptop mic, I think.
I don't think it's connected to your mic. I think your StreamYard is connected to something else. Is your mic?
Hello, can you hear me now?
That's better. Can you talk? Say 1, 2, 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's better.
No, it's
a little bit better. I think you need to get it closer to you, but fine. Let's just go to continue. My point about this is, like, your mic is perfect. I did a lot of shows with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll speak like this. Yeah.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Someone said you sound like you're in the toilet.
You know, there's a lot of echo. My point about this is that I started by saying if Liverpool, by the way, a lot of Liverpool fans believe that they're gonna get Isak, including Mac here. Sam believes you're gonna get Isak. Sam believes it's true. It's true. You're gonna sign. Sam, to be honest, said that if we don't get Isak, we're gonna get Ekitike, which is fine for everyone. But if you get Ekitike, okay, do you believe you're gonna sell Isak if you get Ekitike, Philip? Honest.
Say it again. Do I believe that we sell Isak to get Ekitike?
If you get Ekitike, do you believe you're gonna sell Isak?
No, I don't think that's our intention. Is to have 2 strikers.
You have.
Really? You believe that you're gonna keep both? Because me and Osam went
I
on
think
this
they
on
will
Sunday.
as well.
You think they're gonna keep both?
Seriously,
I think their plan. I think their plan is to keep both.
Ekitike's on. Like he's got a super agent, by the way. Like, do you really think his agent's going to arrange a deal for him to go to Newcastle for like 80 million and bench?
Well, the question to me was,
Isak.
the question was, do I think Newcastle want to have Ekitike and Isak? I said yes. What his agent wants isn't my interest. The question is to me, in terms of Newcastle and the club, do you want 2 strikers? Yes. It's why we wanted João Pedro. So yes, Newcastle are very serious about having 2 strikers. We're not doing this for fun. We're not doing this to make Liverpool not go after Isak, that kind of theory. We're doing this because we want 2 strikers. That's the question to me as a Newcastle fan. I can only answer
there is a financial problem that was raised even by David Ornstein that said that there is a financial implications for this.
What is it? What's our financial implications?
He literally said there is a
Well, tell us. Tell me, because everybody seems to be an expert.
I don't know, bro.
I read the opposite. I read they're actually fine financially to
the
be able
other
to
way.
buy Isak.
They're not.
The other
Yeah,
way.
it's actually the opposite.
You got
I think this is
150
a lot
million.
of. Honestly, I'm not saying there's no chance he goes to Liverpool. I think if you ask Isak personally, he might say, "Yeah, I wouldn't mind going to Liverpool. Liverpool is a big team, a massive club, and Isak is one of the best, if not the best striker in the world." I do think there's a lot of copium from Liverpool fans, where they're like, they want to make sure they believe, yes, this happening this summer. Even though, because for example, pick up Hussam. I don't know why he's not here right now, but Hussam, I watch all of his shows. When David Ornstein puts up an article saying Newcastle have no intention of selling, it'll take a minimum of 150 million just to start a conversation, he will never ever report that. He will never talk about it in his shows. He'll never bring an episode. But Sasha Taverleri will tweet, yes, I think Newcastle might look to, yes, look at it. And he will send me WhatsApps and stuff. I genuinely think there is a lot of hope, in my opinion. I think he will leave in a year. I do agree with that, because I'm not trying to disrespect Newcastle or anything, but he is that good of a striker. I think he belongs at a club like Barcelona, Liverpool. I'm not going to say Bayern, because I don't think Bayern are the same Bayern of a couple of years ago. But he literally, if he goes to Barcelona next year, I think they have a chance of winning the treble with him. Like, that's how good he is, and their team is already incredible. But I actually don't think Newcastle have any intentions of selling this season. And financially, they don't have to sell this season. They've got Champions League money. They're financially fine. I read this in Forbes a month ago, where they said they have 150 million to spend, and that had nothing to do with Isak's sale. So they already have a budget.
Yeah, they've nearly spent
and everyone,
They've nearly spent
no, they
it.
didn't. They
Yeah, they
spent
will
50
have.
million on Elanga.
No, they'd have spent it if they buy Ekitike.
Okay, let me
And then they
read.
still haven't got a
Let me,
goalkeeper.
And that's
Guys,
assuming they sell nobody.
guys, let me read the
Have you
obvious
seen how old
question.
Newcastle's team
Okay,
is?
Mac,
Seriously, like the Newcastle
let me-
fans there. How many players have you got over the age of 32?
Okay, you want us to answer
guys,
the question? You can answer the question.
No.
about Newcastle.
Before we answer the question, I want to read what David Ornstein wrote in The Athletic.
It's an
Right?
interesting read.
And the insistence is that Newcastle want to boost both among their frontline options. How Eddie Howe would keep the pair plus Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes, Anthony Elanga happy is unclear. And the finances involved in retaining all of them will stretch Newcastle from a PSR perspective.
Yeah, so
But those are,
yeah.
okay, I'm going to continue, not to be biased, but those are inviable problems to have. Like, he is talking about keeping all of them happy.
From
Every
his opinion.
coach. That is
So
his
it's
opinion, of
Ornstein's-
course.
It's Ornstein's opinion. Okay, yeah. So it's not fact.
But
It's Ornstein's opinion.
But Ornstein's
fine.
opinion. So
It's
Ornstein's opinion is saying that the finances involved in retaining them all will stretch Newcastle for PSR.
Okay. So then that's Ornstein's opinion.
so
Then
journalists
there's also Kieran Maguire's opinion, who's a PSI expert. There's also Professor Harry Wilson's opinion, who's a PSI expert, who all have said that Newcastle's PSR wise are in a very, very good space, considering we haven't spent any money for the last 3 transfer windows, going on 4. In terms of being able to spend 150 million pounds before sales. So when we have players to sell as well. So the main thing isn't the fee. People are really focused on the fee, and they kind of break it down like that. But when you amortize it, say Mr. Hugo Ekitike goes for 80 million, that is amortized, and we give him a 5-year contract. That's amortized over 5 years. The key thing always is the wages. That's always going to be the issue. But Newcastle have revenues and coming in from the Champions League. We've also got revenues coming in from player sales. That's the main thing. I've heard Liverpool fans, and I understand it. I have no kind of qualms about it. Like I said, I'm not poo-pooing the idea. I'm not saying it's never going to happen. But I hear Liverpool fans telling like it's for fact Newcastle have got PSR issues. Okay, if we have PSR issues, we're not going to sell our crown jewel. There is other players that we can sell. And in terms of like the whole idea around tying it to the Coutinho thing and everything else, if you only buy or sell your star player, you can buy 4 or 5 B+ players. Okay, well, you tell a man that has a Ferrari to sell his Ferrari for 4 Vauxhall Corsas just to tell him that he can drive it a little bit longer. Newcastle have ambitions too, and I think and as fans who forget that, I'm trying to understand that Liverpool have ambitions. Liverpool are trying to build a dynasty. It will do them a great service to have an Isak, a Wirtz, a Rodrigo, and everything else to continue that dynasty. That's why I'm not poo-pooing it. I believe the interest is real. But what Liverpool fans and fans in just general, I'm speaking more Liverpool fans because they want Isak, is they are totally throwing off Newcastle's ambition. Newcastle as a club, as ownership, have ambitions too. Like Isak is one of our golden like players. It's more than just the finances. If we let him go, there's a psychological and emotional impact that happens on our players and the club. If you want him and you're poo-pooing the idea of for between anything from 150 to 200 million pounds, you are sadly mistaken if you think that's what's going to happen. So it's going to cost you a lot if you're going to do that. Like I said, I'm not throwing it out of hand, but like you have to keep in mind that Newcastle have very, very strong ambitions too. And one of them things isn't to throw out Isak. We're deadly serious about having two strikers, Ekatike and Isak, in our team. That is just it is a fact. We know it's a fact because we bid for the guy. Like we're deadly serious about it.
Okay,
let me do
I've
this
got
too.
a question to the Newcastle guy. Who are you selling?
Philip and Mac.
Philip, who are you selling?
Guys,
Like,
just in the chat, people. Mac is a Liverpool fan. I know that people. Mac is a Liverpool fan. I know that you're mistaking him for a Man United because that is Anfield behind him.
That's Anfield behind me. Like,
okay, go ahead.
Who are you selling? Like, you haven't got any players of any value. Like, there's not many clubs in the whole league, by the way, who have any players of value. The Arsenal fan knows because he hasn't got any players of any value. So, who are you selling?
What do you mean?
Why are you lying? Why are you lying? What if we don't have players of value?
I get what he means. I get what he means. You don't have a player of the Go ahead.
That is woeful. We literally have 2-3 players that can go for 100 million plus right now.
Was Oxlade-Chamberlain to us, and that was in 2000.
Yeah, because the players we have of value, we don't want, they're unsellable, like Saka, like Saliba, like Gabriel.
Okay, then. Okay.
So we do have players. By the way, Martinelli, I think we got an offer for like 80 million. We don't want to sell. I don't know why, by the way. We should be selling Martinelli.
You got an offer for 80 million. Okay.
Apparently from Al Nassr. I don't know why they would want him for that much. Wow. But we have 3-4 players that could easily be worth over 100 million right now. We just would never sell them.
Okay, so you're not selling any players then, just like I said. Okay, so have you got?
But we don't need to.
Have you got any players
what does that
you
do
can
with us?
sell? Newcastle. Sorry, what's your name again? Sorry.
My name is Philip.
Philip.
Philip. Sorry, Phil.
Yeah.
You got any players you could sell?
Well, it depends because the mindset you're coming in at this is that whatever I tell you in terms of players we can sell, I can see you're ready to reject it already.
Yeah,
I feel like there is very little need for me to name players to you because I can tell that you're ready to reject it. Like Newcastle, you have to understand, again, Isak is the last person Newcastle want to sell. We also want to build. We would have already prepared players that we need to sell. Even if we were to spend 180 million on players that we need, I've estimated. I did it on my channel, and people know this. So I've done my own armchair accounting. For Newcastle to spend 180 million, we have to sell, with everything in account, we have to sell between, I think, 30 to 50 million pound worth of players, which is reasonable. So we don't have to sell a big asset in order to get that through. I know you can't fathom that, but it's not only just Liverpool that can sell players. Like we clubs, Arsenal have players, Newcastle. Okay, you can. Okay, fine. I mean, if it is totally out of the blue, okay, fine. All I can say is like, this is.
I think he's just upset that Trent went for 10 million. That's what he's upset about.
I don't know what else to say.
I'm not upset the rat went.
You weren't calling him that before he left us.
Yeah, I thought so.
No, I was, honestly.
Can I ask you guys, I'm going to pivot a little bit, but let me do this. See, same bottom left. Don't ever say Wirtz is bigger than Palmer again.
He is better than Palmer.
Wait for
now watch how all the Liverpool fans are now going to suddenly do a 360 or 180, and start backing me up because I'm saying Wirtz is the best 10 in the world, or one of the best 10s in the world, and better than Palmer in my opinion.
We'll talk about it in a bit. Watch the, I don't know.
LG Liverpool? No, LG.
The LG cultist. What is LG? The League Gunner cultist started using not going for Isak as a sign we're not serious after spending weeks bitching why we hadn't signed 10 players by June 1st. You know which portion of fans I speak of. Big up, Nate. I'm actually gonna.
Yeah, I hope he's not
I was
talking about me because I was telling people to calm down by that time. But anyways,
I was gonna ask a question about this that me and Max spoke about it. Keith Downey has just posted a video on the situation. Isak 100% staying. Ekitike pessimism and deal collapsing. Downey is a top-notch reliable. So
Who's that?
Ekitike deal is collapsing. Basically, I'm gonna tell you guys something for the Liverpool fans.
That's not what Keith Downey said. I know that report.
Okay, so what did he say then? Can you enlighten us?
So what he said that essentially is that he's been informed that Isak is staying, and that there's a little bit more pessimism of the Hugo Ekitike deal because now Liverpool have turned their attention to him. If you speak, but then if you swift over, it depends what journalist you listen to. If you listen to I think Lorient something, he's a French journalist, and he's like,
we don't want it. We don't want Ekitike.
Right, yeah, he says that Liverpool are not interested in Ekitike. Right, they're not interested in Ekitike. So
we don't think Ekitike is the guy that's going to drive us forward.
Okay, this is like beyond my.
No, we don't.
Like,
we don't. He's not.
So this is why.
No, hold on. Who? I just
Liverpool go for Šeško. They're not going to go for Ekitike. If Liverpool can't get Isak, I'm telling you, they'll go for Šeško.
I am really reading now. I'm reading it. Guys. I'm reading this in front of me at the current moment, right here. David Ornstein. It's right here. Liverpool are interested in Ekitike. Liverpool focus on the market after early addition to their position. Top striker, wide rule. Darwin Núñez is more expected to process, and he's like, Ekitike is the second option.
There's
literally in front of me.
I'm telling you, he's not the first option.
But no one ever said this.
No one said that.
No, what I'm saying is that I don't. From what Lorient is saying, Ekitike is not even the second option for Liverpool. That's the situation. I think what's triggered off is Newcastle said we're just going to go for Ekitike. We know that these guys are interested in Isak. I've taken it as, again, you can say as a really biased Newcastle fan. I think they've had some assurances with Isak in terms of being able to stay. I'm not saying this again. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying Liverpool aren't big and bad enough. I get it. I think there's some assurances from Isak's side that he's willing to stay, and Newcastle said we're going to go for Ekitike anyway. Liverpool have responded, or perhaps we're ready for it, and are threatened to go for Ekitike. I think Newcastle and Frankfurt. People forget there's another club in this. There's a third club in this. I ain't tracked Frankfurt. They want to get as much money from this as possible, which they should, which they absolutely should. Are going to be stalling and waiting to see if Liverpool are for real. Newcastle are putting their bets on the fact that Liverpool aren't that interested in Ekitike. If it's not Isak, they will go for someone else. I think that's what Newcastle are betting on. That's my.
Can I ask a question regarding this? So if Newcastle offered something for Ekitike, it got rejected. Yeah. That is reported. We all know. If Liverpool now go and outbid Newcastle for Ekitike and they get Ekitike, who won? Ashraf. Okay, hear me out, Ashraf. I'm gonna play the game for you guys.
Have you read the report? Mo, we have a report that says, okay, there's a report that says
tell us the report before
Newcastle's bid was rejected because Eintracht Frankfurt have already been told that they can receive a bigger figure from another club.
Fair. Great. So let me play the scenario for you. Okay, guys, can we get the likes up to like at least 400? It's like 1,200 people.
I wonder if that report came from Frankfurt. That'll be interesting.
Let me tell you guys what is going on. I'm gonna play a scenario, but that scenario, you guys can listen to it. You guys were part of all the show. We're trying to get entertained here and just have a debate. But I want Ashraf, who is not involved in this deal. Newcastle, right? Keep saying Isak is not for sale. They have been admiring Ekitike for years. They know that Liverpool are going to go and try to actually bid and cause havoc and chaos and try to bid. So they know, we all know that the order of Liverpool are Isak, Ekitike, then there is the others as well. So they go and target Liverpool's second option, which is Ekitike. They go and try to offer money. But Liverpool go and try for Isak. They tell them he's not for sale. So Liverpool now go and outbid them and pay more for Ekitike. Who won?
Uh, Look, obviously this summer it would be Newcastle, but it depends what happens next year. If Liverpool also end up getting Isak next year, then obviously Liverpool won. But in the context of just this summer, I would say Newcastle, obviously, because they kept their star striker. They forced Liverpool to bid higher and get an inferior striker to their number one target, a much inferior striker to their number one target. But in a year's time, if they get Isak, then this whole conversation changes.
Of course, if next season Liverpool get Isak and they have Ekitike, it's over. Like
Yeah.
Newcastle lost, basically. At the end, they lost the battle. Let me do these super chats because I want to see what is going on here. Faraz is saying, do you believe, one, Liverpool are moving without Isak approval? I don't believe so. I believe not Caicedo like now with Hughes. Yeah, I don't believe that Liverpool are stupid enough to go for Isak if they know. Sorry, Ashraf, I'm going to move you here so I can, because fire. No, Liverpool are just letting Newcastle get a free run at Ekitike, which is the backup option for Isak. Please cope. Do you believe that you're gonna get Isak then? You believe that it's all of this Ekitike thing is really you're triggering Newcastle to get Ekitike? I think that is, I love this saga. It's actually intriguing. I hope that you guys are having fun with this saga.
I think the merry-go-round's been planned for a long time. Like, the dominoes are falling.
I think this is a very conspiracy theory that I don't believe, that Eddie Howe knows that Isak is leaving and he already sat with Richard Hughes.
See the interview at the end of the season. Sky literally asked Eddie Howe whether Isak was going to stay next season. And he said, I can't confirm it. Literally said it on Sky. And have you also seen the video, by the way, and this one's wild. Have you seen the video after the cup final of Arnie Slot and Isak on the pitch?
What does that have to do with anything?
You're muted. You're muted
there. With each other, giggling and joking. Like
Pep Guardiola chatted with Neymar after the Bayern Munich Barcelona game.
I'm watching that going, there's more to this. There's more to this one.
Okay. Copium. There is more.
I mean, Arnie Slot's literally name dropped Isak about 16 times last season.
Every top journal has said Ekitike is the backup to Liverpool. Okay, fair enough. I believe you. Same report said Vert's not going to Liverpool. I don't know what you mean by this. I don't know what report you're talking about. Like, which one? Like,
maybe the Leron one that you've just said, the French reporter.
Maybe. I don't know even the Keith Downey guy. I don't even know who's that guy.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
No, neither do I.
Ashraf, let me ask you something. Okay, Mac, I'm gonna let you ask this because me and you spoke about it before the show. Seriously.
You want me to ask him?
Yes.
Okay. I don't really know how to put it. Like, but where's Arsenal's ambition if we're going to get Isak and we're going to get Rodrigo and you're going to end up with Noddy Madueke?
You're getting Rodrigo as well.
You're going to get Noddy Madueke and Gyokeres, who were like, I don't even think they were in our list. Like we had like a list of 50, and I don't even think they were like in the 50 mark. Like, how are you going to get to the mountain? Like, when you're not even probably going to get past Man City on transfers?
Yeah, I mean, it'll be even scarier.
Decent, by the way, your midfield's decent. Like,
yeah, absolutely. It'll be even scarier when you guys get Pedri and Lamine Yamal as well. Like, it's scary as well. But look, I don't think you guys get both Isak and Rodrigo. I do think you can get Rodrigo for sure, especially if Luis Diaz is leaving. I know Bayern put a bid which Liverpool rejected, which is funny enough because you guys sit all year, shit on your players, and then when teams, because of that, bid less, you go like, oh no, we don't want to sell for 60, 70 million. We need more. Like, which is, I don't know, it's a bit weird. But anyways, I do think they'll be persisting on getting Luis Diaz. I don't know if they will get him or not, to be honest, but if they do get rid of Luis Diaz, I do think you guys have a strong chance of getting Rodrigo. I know Mars, I don't know how they pronounce it. A month ago mentioned that Rodrigo prefers Arsenal. I don't know if I believe them because I don't think Mark is that. I don't know if they're reliable or not, to be honest, in Spain. So I don't know if he would prefer Arsenal or Liverpool, but I do think Liverpool will seriously be in for him. They'll put in a bid. They'll talk to his camp. I think they definitely have a project that they can convince him on. I just don't see you guys getting both Rodrigo and Isak. Not from a money perspective. I think money is definitely one for sure, because you'll have to give both of them 300k plus.
So my question was about Arsenal, not about us.
Yeah, I mean, if it's about Arsenal, look, I don't know what's going to happen with Eze, to be honest, if we will get Eze or not. I don't know if we'll get Rodrigo. I heard he's our number one target. So I actually think the reason I'm mentioning Rodrigo is because it's linked to Arsenal, because we have a chance of getting Rodrigo, a very good chance, if he is trying to get to the Premier League. So if we get Rodrigo and with Gyokeres in, regardless of whether we get Eze or not, I think our team is fantastic. It's very strong. I hate the fact that we signed Madueke, and I went on a rant on it last
Okay,
week.
let me put this in another perspective, Ashraf. Me and Mac were speaking about it. Apologies a little bit, Philip, for just trying to do this. If Liverpool, by the way, we all here believe that...
Someone, don't worry.
No. We all here believe that Liverpool are trying to get Isak. That's not false. These are actual news, right? And we all know from Marca that Liverpool are in for Rodrigo. And they're asking for a lot of money for Diaz. So basically what Liverpool want to do is replace Diaz with Rodrigo. The Isak money is on the side. That is Darwin Núñez money plus the money they had in the bank, right? My point is, if Liverpool are trying to get Isak, since February, me and you, Ashraf, and a lot of other Arsenal fans, Mac was here, Philip was here. Do you remember, Philip? The conversation was never Liverpool, Philip. Do you remember Gunnar Solskjaer? You remember me and you, Philip and Igal spoke about this. The Arsenal want to get Isak. Philip is the one who's going to remember this, because me and Philip did a lot of shows with the Arsenal fans. Dayo, do you remember Philip Dayo? When he said we're going to go for Isak. Nobody was speaking about Liverpool and Isak. Every single show we did here on the Football Terrace, we were speaking about Arsenal. The dream is Isak. Get me Isak. I want Isak. I want Isak. Now, Liverpool are the ones moving for Isak. And Arsenal are pivoting to Gyokeres, which is a fantastic player. I love Gyokeres. I like him. But I don't think he's Isak level. I don't think anyone in the chat believes that Gyokeres is Isak level.
Yeah.
The Rodrigo thing, Liverpool are moving to Rodrigo. Arsenal moving for Eze. I don't know. Who do you think is better? On paper, we all think that Rodrigo as a winger is better. Right? So basically, Liverpool, since February, Liverpool changed to go for the number one targets for Arsenal. So basically, Arsenal are going to improve with Gyokeres. Let me put this into perspective for the people in the chat before you jump the gun. Arsenal are getting better with getting Gyokeres, Eze, Zubamendi, and Madueke. But Liverpool, if Liverpool were 8 out of 10 and Arsenal were 7, because Arsenal finished second, Liverpool now, when they get Isak and Rodrigo, are going to move to a 10 out of 10 and Arsenal move the 8. So you basically moved up, but you're not moving above the team that you should beat. You're still behind them. Do you get my point?
If they get Isak and Rodrigo, so I don't think they will. And by the way, like, we haven't pivoted off Rodrigo. I read a report from Ben Jacobs today or yesterday, I can't remember, saying Arsenal still are interested in Rodrigo. And I don't know why we're waiting for that long. I think we're waiting for him to make a decision on whether he's going to leave.
Same as Liverpool. You know that Liverpool are waiting for him to make a decision.
Exactly.
That's why Liverpool
I think the moment it's announced, the moment it's announced that he wants to leave, I think it's going to be a three-way battle between us, Bayern, and Liverpool. And it all depends on who can convince him of the better project, I guess. So if they do get Rodrigo and Isak, yeah, it's 100%. It's over for the next 2-3 seasons. I think they have the best team in the league by far. If we get Rodrigo, however, I think squad-wise we're level almost, if maybe better.
You think Rodrigo, Gyokeres, Madueke, Zubamendi? So you're not going to get Eze?
No, I don't think we get Eze.
Okay, so Rodrigo, Gyokeres, Saka, and Zubamendi is better than having Wirtz, Salah, Isak, and maybe Luis Diaz.
I think you'll get Eze, by the way.
You mentioned Zubamendi. What does Zubamendi have to do with the attack?
He's a midfielder. You added a midfielder.
I'm saying if you compare squads, are you doing transfers or overall? I'm saying overall squad. I feel like we're level.
Squad is better,
or maybe better. Yeah, I would probably say better. Yeah. If we get those guys, but I don't know if we'll get
before I get Mac.
No.
Okay, I know that Philip doesn't want to speak about it because he doesn't believe that Liverpool will get Isak. But if that happens, Philip, because that's what Liverpool fans believe. That's why we have to play that game. Like Hussam literally did a video and said that Isak to Liverpool. Like they do. Mac, I know that Mac is going to go live later talk about Isak to Liverpool.
We're manifesting it.
I know this.
We're manifesting it.
Exactly, right?
Like Caicedo.
So-
Yeah, I get it.
So we gotta
What?
speak about it, Philip. We have to speak
Zubomendi.
about it. So
Lavia.
what do you think is gonna happen, Philip? What do you think who's
Bellingham.
better, Arsenal or Arsenal or fuck off? No, can we just stop mentioning names?
Sorry.
We stop mentioning names. This is gonna turn into a name. Okay, so which team do you think is better suited to win the
Yeah,
Premier League?
I'm the wrong person to. I never think any game or league or anything is won on paper. Ooh, I think we're gonna have-
100%. But who would you?
Is-
Are you gamble? I
no,
don't gamble. Do you gamble?
No.
So I don't gamble. But if your friend has asked you to put a bid on who's gonna win the league, which one would you put if that happened? I always ask this question. I don't bet. I don't gamble.
I wouldn't.
Which one?
So I don't think, like I said, I know the game you're trying to get me to play. I refuse to play it because I don't think Isak's going to go to Liverpool. So you're going to have to think of a different striker. You can say a striker equivalent to Isak. I don't know who that would be. But it all depends. I think in those type of cases, I think because it's so marginal in terms of the actual quality of the teams, it's going to go down. It's going to come down to their managers. I do think that leadership, everything rises and falls on leadership, and it's going to come down to that. So far, Arne Slot, between Arteta and Arne Slot, I think Arne Slot is obviously winning that battle. But I guess the case for that is how much, and this is not taking it away from me. I'm just saying it's a question. How much of it is Liverpool? How much of it is Arne Slot? Maybe it's all a bit of both. I think it was very wise of them and very patient of them not to go and buy a whole 5-6 players in the first season and stuff like that. And it's really paid dividends. So we'll be able to see how they respond there. Obviously, Arteta, I think he's grown and developed as a manager. Has he grown enough to win the league? We'll find out. Pep is Pep, but I think Pep is very war weary. I don't think he's got the same energy as Arteta and Arne Slot. And I think his team reflects that. I think his team choices and picks reflect that as well. So I think it's going to come down between Arteta and Arne Slot to see who's got it, really. At the moment, I lean towards Arne Slot. So we'll see.
Yeah. What about you, Kim, Matt? You think you're far ahead of Arsenal?
Yeah. And the reason why I say it is, and even with the transfers that we made, we kept our spine. Our spine hasn't changed. We've still got that unbelievable midfield. We've still got a really good defence. We've now got potentially one of the best goalkeepers in the world as a backup. And we kept Salah, we kept Virgil. It's so important. Look, if we sell a few pieces like your Diaz's and your Nunez's, so what?
You don't have sellable assets. You don't have any sellable assets.
So what? If we sell those two, we get what, about 130 million for them? That's the money for Isak. Unfortunately, I don't know when Newcastle are going to realise it, but they're not a big club yet. And sometimes big clubs take players. We took Wijnaldum. You've had some of your players taken from you before. I think it's just going to happen again.
Is Wijnaldum your best example?
You got
Hold on.
Really good player.
Is Wijnaldum your best example when we got relegated? It's your best example.
About players. We haven't signed many Newcastle players.
I mean, if you're gonna kind of little bro me,
I can only say the player that we signed.
Don't use Wijnaldum, because then if I was a Chelsea fan, I could tell you about Caicedo, Lavia. I could have that kind of conversation with you.
Was he good at Newcastle?
The difference between you and Chelsea fans is that they go and get their man. You do the talking before getting the guy, and then end up getting all heartbroken at the end of it. How about save that speech? How about you save that speech? How about you save that speech if you get your man? Then it would have more impact. Talking now, because at the end of the day, if you don't get him, I know you're not going to come on a Judge Mo's show and apologize to all Newcastle fans for talking down to them. Okay, fine.
No, I will. And I apologise to the Chelsea.
Give us a speech about how big Liverpool.
They'd have 0% chance to win the Club World Cup. Fair play to win the Club World Cup.
All right.
Wijnaldum was a good player for Newcastle. Do we agree?
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we took him off. Yeah.
We were relegated.
We still took him off.
Anybody could have took him off.
Example. Such a poor.
Is that the best one you've got?
Was the only Newcastle player that was worth signing?
Yeah, but it's not equivalent to Isak, so you shouldn't even mention him. That makes no sense.
Well, it's called a big club mentality. Like big clubs take players from smaller clubs, and that's what we'll do.
Let me do the super chats. Big up
Instead
chats.
of
Thank
Arsenal taking
I
rejects.
missed the whole Newcastle Liverpool thing, and I'm annoyed.
Bro, it is
I'm so
ridiculous. Okay, let me ask Chef a question. Do you believe that Liverpool will get Isak? Whatever.
I don't want to put Newcastle in a lose-lose in a way. It's tough. It depends on Isak. It's nothing to do with the club. It's what Isak wants. If he really wants to go to Liverpool this summer, he can push for a move and just decide this whole domino. But if he says, we'll play Vectica Free in the Champions League, next year I'm probably going to leave anyway, gentleman's agreement type of thing, then maybe I could see him staying. So it's up to him. It's hard to say what he wants. Does he want to stay with Newcastle in Champions League again? Or does he want to play for Liverpool in the league straight away, potentially?
See, let me do this. Watch this. It's not Isak's nature to push for the move and make it difficult for Newcastle. He is a very humble and honest pro. This is a non-starter unless Liverpool offer 150 plus. You guys think that Liverpool will offer 150 million plus?
No.
150 million plus is a lot of money. So 150 million plus is. Ash, I like you, but careful not to get versed again.
No, but
because you said that-
again, if I'm wrong about this, I'll 100% say it. I definitely got Wirtz wrong. I still think he would have been better off playing under Pep. But yeah, that was definitely amazing. Like, pulled off an incredible deal. And I've said he's the best 10 in the league immediately. As soon as he joined Liverpool, I think he's the best 10 in the league, in my opinion.
Okay,
But
we'll talk about it, Chaz. This is one of the parts of the show. We'll talk about it. Stop, because that
what is Donald
that
Trump
one-
doing in your picture back there? It's so
Can I just
funny.
mention one thing on Wirtz?
Can I do the super chat before?
He
Okay, go
wasn't
ahead.
our number one target.
All right. The Cisco report also said Wirtz is not going to Liverpool. All right. So you don't believe that Cisco is on the market for you? It's fair enough. Fair enough. Guys, can we get the likes up a little bit? We cannot have more votes than likes. We literally have 1,200 people in the house. So hit that like button. Faraz is saying Diaz to Al Nasser, Nunes to Al Hilal. Both concrete links from Fabrizio or Ornstein. PIF funding us to get Isak. Eddie Howe, the interim director now. That is a big conspiracy theory. I think you live in a dream. That is not happening. That is not happening, my Faraz. But that is a great scenario, bro. It deserves a movie. Seriously, it deserves a movie. That is ridiculous. Philip, why would Liverpool all summer refuse to deny interest in make it public play? One of the best run executive teams in football. If it's so clear he stays, why are they bothering? Fair enough. You're muted again.
Goodness gracious.
No, you're good now. You're good now. See?
Oh, okay.
You,
Yeah,
I think you pressed something that makes you muted, but you don't.
Oh, yeah. So, why would they refuse the 9 inch to make? It is so clear to state he stays. Why are they bothering? I think they want the play. I think they want Isak. It's very, very clear. I'm not saying. Look, number one thing, Liverpool really want Isak. If anybody's watched Mr. Mac today, you can tell how much they want Isak. They're dreaming about Isak. All these things about Isak. The dream in Isak is very, very real from a Liverpool point of view. And perhaps they've got some hints towards it. I think they're bothering because he's worth the bother. But if people are like snorting at the fact of 150 million, we're not going to do this. Again, that's why I'll be more worried if it's Chelsea, because Chelsea they'll pay 150 million. But you guys, Liverpool, you're just snorting at the 150 million. We're not going to do that. Why would Newcastle have it in their interests to make it easy for Liverpool? If all you got is big talk, like Mr. Mac did, we're Liverpool, we're a big club, we're this, we're that, which is all true. Fine, but big talk is only going to get you so far. What Chelsea and other clubs know is money is what gets you over the line. Put the money down, and then you can get Newcastle owners behind the table. But at this moment in time, that's not what's happening.
That's fair enough. Palmer is the first man to destroy PSG. 3 GA in 45 minutes. He passed the Nuno Mendes test. Wirtz could never do that. Maybe in his dreams, to be honest. Palmer is different. Go on, Philip. I don't know.
Up the
Seriously.
Chelsea.
Up the Chelsea.
Did you back Chelsea somewhere? You were-
Right.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. It's true.
He said,
You
to be
can't
honest, he
deny
said
it's
that
true.
the difference between Liverpool and Chelsea, when Chelsea won a player, Like what they do with João Pedro, Neto, Caicedo. They just go
Yeah,
and
when
pay
we
the
want a
money.
player, we rarely lose out to them. I don't really remember a situation where it might happen soon. I'm not saying it can't happen, but I don't remember a situation we went.
I
for a
can't
player.
remember a player that
Yeah,
even
and we were linked to him and
Samo.
didn't get.
Remember Samo last season? You literally got the guy to London and then you said, "I go back. We're
Yeah,
not
yeah,
signing."
What
you."
about Kunde, Rafinha? You wanted these. You agreed with them. They said in the end they switched to
think-
Barca at the end.
I think in terms of like realism, like because we didn't have Champions League, it was more like we had the money. We had the
But you guys agreed with them. Like they were close until Barca came
Not-
knocking.
not-
There's no shame in that. Barca is one of the biggest clubs in the
one of
world.
the deals. You're right. Like I think Rafinha, yes.
I think it was
Koundé won-
Rafinha because you beat us to
Yeah.
him. And it was
Olise,
finalized.
Olise.
Kudus
No,
changed
Olise
it
was
down
not the
as
same
well.
because Olise
But
didn't
it's not his
really
first time
agree.
round.
But the
It's
thing
not his
about it,
first
the
time
thing
round,
about Olise, to be fair to Chelsea,
yeah.
Olise were competing in a very inferior situation. The guy publicly said, "I want to
Yeah.
play Champions League." So it's like we don't have
Yeah.
Champions League. Sorry.
Yeah, we were trying our hardest
Exactly.
to persuade him, but it just wasn't going to happen with Bayern coming up.
Yeah.
Can't
Big
hold
up
on
everybody that is here. Philip's is going to leave us now. Thank you, Philip, for joining us. Toon Tactics in the description. Go and follow.
Big up to the
Of
panel,
course,
to the
Philip.
chat.
Big up people that are here. Thank you so much for the support. Hit that like button. Appreciate you, Philip. I'll see you soon. And we'll see you all soon, guys. Listen now. Now the real talk, okay? I'm going to go down here. Because I'm going to put the Premier League winner and the Club World Cup winner up there. And let me just seriously do this. Okay, to be honest, I want to ask a question. 0% from Mac first. Of Chess, you weren't here. There was ads and
I think I heard what Mike said. I heard him. I heard it. I think I heard it.
0% chat.
We've been on before.
Chelsea,
You know how
Chelsea
it is.
Club World Cup. Chez put in the group, top 6 group. I'm with Chez with like tons of groups. That nobody talks to me until the Premier League starts. I actually said that Chelsea are very good. People got rattled when I said that Chelsea should challenge for the league. They're a good, very good team.
Bro, you flip flop. I don't want to hear none of this from you. I don't hear
How?
none of this.
Can you
I'll be honest.
tell me? Okay,
You
tell
were
me.
telling me about Maresca during the season.
Yeah,
From January.
fantastic. I still
So
stand.
don't now change your tune now.
Yeah, but hold
I don't
on.
wanna hear you change your
Hold on. I still stand by it. Even me and Ads spoke
Oh.
about this. I'm going to tell you. Here is the difference. Me and Ads were spoken about. Ads said during last season, in the time when he was like really about to bottle top 5, right? There were questions to be asked. He wasn't doing good in tactics. And he doesn't have, and let me explain this to you, Chef. He didn't have enough credit in the bank for me to say that he's going to turn it around. Him turning it around is proving me wrong. So I'm going to raise my hand and say,
No, but
yes.
here's the problem. You should have never
You
said.
get my, let me finish the thing.
I get that.
In
But
the
in the
beginning of the
first place-
season, I said, remember, in the beginning of the season, before me and you did a show, before the season started, and I told you that I think I'll back you for top 4 because I saw the preseason. I said, this guy, Enzo Maresca, is good. And then after this, he completely switched the tactics. You complained about the inverting. It's not working. We're not scoring goals. We're not doing this and that. And me, being analyzing football, I said that he's not doing well. And maybe Chelsea need to salvage their season. He proved me wrong. I'm going to raise my hand and said, you are getting things better. Remember, you kept 7 clean sheets in the last 8 games. And at the end of the season, you kept...
The last, since the Fulham game, which I think was in April, since then until now, we've been basically flawless. Like,
in
basically,
defense, you have been very, very good.
literally.
Where
Been...
do you think this Chelsea team is actually? What
Okay,
is that?
Let's go back to your flip flopping. Okay, the only issue I have with you're doing is this: you went to too many extremes. You didn't just say we should question him. Your words were, "We should get rid of him. He's not good enough to take us to the next level."
100%.
That's where you go too far. If you just said to me on these streams, "Oh yeah, Ches, he's really underperforming. If he doesn't make top 4, you should probably get rid." But you said it anyway.
But I don't do these things. Like I don't put if he doesn't get top 4. The
Yeah,
difference between me and others.
Okay.
The difference between me and others is that I analyzed the situation. I saw him having a massive dip. That was a 15-game dip. That was a big dip.
Yeah.
So maybe I went to the extreme. Maybe I raise my hand and
and
say,
it's not like I hear it. If you back it, if you still back that opinion, but now you're saying, I think he's shown enough to like not even question.
Now he has shown enough. Now he has shown enough.
Yeah, like he's done exactly what he was expected this season. If you told Ashraf or Mac, what would Chelsea's ideal season be? They would have told you Conference League win, and even some people would have said top 5.
A lot of Chelsea fans told me that he's not good enough. He might go. He needs to go.
But that's my point, Mo. I'm saying Chelsea
fans said that.
Chelsea fans didn't even top 4. There were some Chelsea fans who didn't even expect top four.
Okay.
When
Next
did you say
season,
it-
guys.
When did you say it clicked? When did you say it clicked?
You know, it clicked beginning of the season. And then we had a rough patch of the injuries happen, poor management decisions, and then went back into form in April. Fulham game.
I'm looking at your matches since February, and you got beat by Brighton twice. You got beat by Aston Villa. You beat Southampton. So what? Everyone is. They're the worst team in the Premier League history. You scrape past Copenhagen. You scrape past Leicester, who got relegated. You got beat by Arsenal. You scraped past Tottenham. You got a draw against Brentford. You beat Liga Warsaw. Yeah, big wow. You drew against Ipswich. You got beat by Liga Warsaw in the second leg. You scraped past Fulham. You scraped past Everton. All I can see is scrapes. You got beat by Newcastle.
So you don't rate this team at all.
No. You spent 2 billion, by the way, in the last 3 years. Does anyone ever talk about that? You literally spent 2 billion quid. And
Well,
I
forget
get
the
it.
money. Forget the money.
I really do
I
get it.
asked
That
a
you
straight
Club World
question.
Cup. But you want me to read you the games that you played?
No, let's scrape this.
Let's be real. Let's be real.
Matt.
You played one good team,
Matt.
and if you call them Benfica a good team, then you should watch how many times we put 5 goals past them.
So Matt, let me just get this straight. Let's make a statement here. Let's not read out
I'm fed up of Chelsea glazing because you beat PSG. What
Wait,
we
wait,
did,
no,
Beat them. They wiped the
what we
floor
do,
with
they're
them.
all
There's a
cooked.
difference.
Literally wiped the floor with
Yeah.
them.
Something your team couldn't do, my
Arsenal-
team couldn't do.
Ashraf, hold
Inter
on.
got smashed.
Hold on,
Real Madrid
hold on.
got smashed. Bayern
We beat
lost.
them.
Mo, hold on.
We beat them when they were
You
fit.
fluke to win. There's a difference.
Well,
They
we
should
beat
have
them at
slapped
ground
you
when they were fit.
They should have slapped you 6-0 over 2 legs. Sorry, go ahead.
You need to make a statement because you're saying a lot of things at once. You're not really
Yeah.
saying anything.
I'm not making a statement. I'm talking about games that you played.
If we look at results, we could say your back end of the season was terrible.
Well, you're saying
You might
that
not win
Chelsea are
any
back. Well, unless you want to win 1-0 every single game, against poor teams,
Bro, what kind of analysis?
Chelsea are back.
What are you doing here? Respectfully.
They're back in the top 4, maybe.
So you don't. So what do you think Chelsea? Okay, so what do you think Chelsea
You
will
need to
be
make this-
ceiling?
Top 4,
Okay,
maybe.
where maybe top 4. So you think
Maybe
Chelsea are
top
going to be top 4 race?
Maybe top 4.
There is no way Chelsea finish above Arsenal or City or anybody.
No, not a
The
chance.
same way we couldn't beat PSG. There's no chance.
Oh God, it's one game. Have you did you literally see how
Yo, Mo and
knackered
Ashraf, this is beyond
PSG
salty, by the way.
were?
This is beyond
This
Yeah.
is proper salty,
This
yeah.
is like-
No, I'll tell you what this
PSG
is. This is
games.
There's
This
no
is
objectivity,
fear.
no latitude.
This is
you
fear.
beat 1-0.
games.
What?
this
they
is fear
played?
from Liverpool because
Who
they're
they beat?
worried that Chelsea could be a threat to them next season. This is fear. By the way, I don't know why you'd be scared because I think you're favorites to win the league next season.
I'm not scared.
Even
of
without
Chelsea.
Isak.
I'm not scared.
But
of
you're
Chelsea.
talking like you are scared. I don't get
I'm
it.
not scared of Chelsea.
Matt,
but-
you know, if
but
you
you
wasn't
know,
scared,
it's
you wouldn't
game.
need to
There's
be
no
this.
analysis. You haven't
Your
told us
analysis
any
is quite
analysis
off.
about why.
Yeah.
Why
None of your stuff is proper
bad?
analysis.
Like why Chelsea are bad? Just tell us why. Okay, let me ask
They
you a
leaked too
question.
many goals. They leaked too many goals. Their defense.
Okay, we
Yeah,
answered this already. We
Yeah,
literally
it's already
answered.
debunked.
Friends in
Thank
the
you.
league.
You've still got
Bro,
a terrible goalkeeper.
No, Mo,
He
just
literally-
incorrect stat. He just said we leaked too many
Okay,
goals.
hold on. I can answer you, or Shez can answer you. Mac, make a point, and then I'm gonna let Shez answer each point
make a point.
individually.
Now, answer each one.
Make a
please.
point. You think Chelsea leaked too many goals? Is there an answer for this? I have the answer, by the way. But
So, Matt, is that
They
your
did
statement?
last season. I can only go.
no.
on what they've done.
Alright,
Stop. Now, one point at a time. You say that Chelsea's defense is not good. My answer is they kept 7 clean sheets in the last 8 games. Okay,
What
That is-
against bum teams?
Against your
against PSG,
Against bum
against the
teams.
teams that beat other teams as well.
Oh my God!
this
do you want to
analysis
read,
is
do you want to
really
read the
off.
names out of the teams? Because half the people don't even know who they are.
No, we all know.
JJ,
who
he
they
is
are.
a big Chelsea.
We
There's
all
zero
know who they
chance
are.
in the final. Hey, Ashraf, you know what the
You
irony
know
is?
all the teams. Okay, if you
Ashraf
know all
Mo,
the
can I
teams
call
that
out
they
Max-
play,
can I call out
name
Max
some of the
hatred?
strikers that play for them.
Matt,
Yes, go
can I-
ahead.
Mo,
I
please can I
can.
call out his hatred and his hypocrisy. In one breath, he said it's a one-off game, but then he also said we got 0 chance of winning. Let me go on mute.
Okay,
Okay,
Matt.
you beat Fluminense,
Do
you beat Palmeiras, you beat Benfica, you conceded a goal against Benfica. You beat Esperance. You beat
This is some terrible analysis, by the way.
LAFC. I
Shocking.
don't even know who they are. LAFC. Like, seriously?
Okay, let me just ask you something. Do you think Chelsea's midfield is the best in the league?
No, I think Newcastle's is, but Chelsea's midfield is probably like...
Okay, okay, can we stop this? Newcastle midfield is the best in the league.
It is
They
the
have
best
two.
midfield.
Okay, hold on. They have two of the best players in tournament. As a combination, they don't have a 10. Okay? So no. So Chelsea have one of the best midfields in the league. We can debate it if Arsenal, Liverpool. So don't tell me Newcastle. Newcastle have Tonali and Bruno Guimaraes.
No, you're asking my opinion. I'm not going to start flip-flopping and
So you think
saying
Newcastle?
that Chelsea's
So
is better than Newcastle's.
you think Joao Linton? Okay, basically, you think Joao
They're the
Linton.
best three together in the league.
Okay, great. Do you think Chelsea's attack is better than
They
Newcastle?
also beat Chelsea, by the way.
Okay, hold on.
They also beat
Do
Chelsea.
you think Newcastle attack is better?
I'm sorry, Mo.
They beat, they
I
beat
am
Arsenal
gonna have
twice.
to call you out. I'm gonna have to call you
Well,
out. Mo.
you can't call me out
Because
Newcastle
not
beat
you, not
twice
you, not
last
you,
season
man. No,
with their
no,
Can
midfield.
you let
God,
me? Can you
and
let
Chelsea.
Ashraf? Let me just
Nah,
do this.
I'm calling Mo out,
Ashraf,
not you.
Before you do this, I'm gonna let you call me out. It's okay, Mac. Do you think Newcastle's attack is better than Chelsea's attack, especially if
Yeah.
they keep Isak?
Yeah.
Do you think Chelsea's defense is better than Newcastle? You just said they need too many goals. So.
No, but Chelsea. I like Cucurella.
What did I miss?
I think
What did I
Cucurella
miss?
is
Okay.
good.
Do you think Eddie Howe is better than Enzo Maresca?
Yeah.
So surely Newcastle must finish above Chelsea. Must.
What, next season?
Or even last season. Like, based
Why
on
didn't they
what you
finish
just
above
said,
last season?
Didn't they finish
Like-
below you by like a point or something?
It
Man
doesn't
City
matter.
finished above
Below
by a
them.
point. What now?
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. They just
Matt,
finished
you
no,
finished
no,
the
no,
point
no,
below
what
City
I'm
and lost
saying
the
is
league.
Mac doing the shameless.
He's doing
One
shameless
game.
for the
Of course,
show.
we're shameless.
He's
but
doing it for the
how
content.
shameless
That's
we
what he's
going here?
doing.
Because I want to know what
How
kind
am
of
I
show
doing
this
it for content? I'm on someone else's show.
is. So Matt, do you
You're
really
doing it for
believe we just?
entertainment. That's what it is.
Matt,
Are you doing it for entertainment or you believe?
Because
like,
when someone
Chelsea
goes,
not
"Oh,
good
you
enough?
beat someone
You're
1-0,"
asking
like, what
me-
does that mean? Like,
You're asking me my opinion. I'm giving you.
You
my
really don't
opinion.
rate. You don't rate this
Ches, you're
Chelsea
talking
team,
too
man.
much. I've barely spoken. You donut.
You barely
You're
said
about
I
it.
anything.
don't think Chelsea are going to be that good next season. Like, I don't.
Based on what? I'm yet to see an argument.
Okay, they bought Yao Pedro. Yeah, Yao
He's
Pedro
very
is really good at scoring penalties. That's what he does.
Now, hey, Mo, I can't lie to
That's
you.
all he's
It
done
might
for
have to be a
Brighton.
cut-in
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
I've
I
got it.
agree. I agree
He's
with
for
Mac. So
Brighton.
basically, I agree with Mac. The curler he scored from outside the box in the Club World Cup. The chip
penalty.
he did against Donnarumma was a penalty. Like these things are penalties, right? That Joao Pedro did. Like they're penalties. I agree.
Wow, you're literally
Ridiculous point.
okay. Do you really
Ridiculous
understand?
point.
Do you understand? Do you
He
understand
chipped the
how
best, one of the best
stupid
keepers
that
in the
is?
world.
Do you understand how stupid that is? Yeah.
You just said he
Okay, can
scores
I- I
penalties. Do
wanna-
you realize how
basing-
idiotic that is?
You're basing everything on one player in the Premier League, yeah, on his form and how he plays in the Premier League, off him playing
No one
in the
said
Club
that.
World
You're the
Cup
one who said
against
about penalties.
Because
bum
I'll
teams.
explain to you why.
bum
I'll explain to you
teams
why.
who have played an
I'll
entire
explain to you why.
season.
I'll explain to you why. A very easy argument.
Let's see how he
Because
gets on in the first
what
5
you're
games of the
refusing
Premier
to
League.
acknowledge, what you're refusing to acknowledge, and you're probably again, I'm sure you're doing it on purpose because there's no way you cannot see this clearly. We're saying Joao Pedro has gone from a Brighton team to a much better attacking team with much better creators. So yes, of course, I will judge him more on what he's done under Chelsea
Well,
than what he's done with Brighton.
Judge him in the Premier League when he's played.
He's played okay in the Premier League. He's not been bad in the Premier League. He's not been a bad player, which
He's
is why
just
he
been
went for good
sold.
money.
He's just
Which is
been
why
sold
you guys
because
were
they
linked
don't
with
rate
him.
him at his own team, Brighton, who finished below Chelsea.
Wait. Brighton sold Joao Pedro because they don't rate him. That's why they sold him.
That's why they sold him.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm done. It's clear. It's clear.
Yeah,
man.
man,
Okay,
I'll
can we
actually-
now
I'll
have a-
actually
can
move
we
on.
have a-
I'll
can we
have
have-
this conversation.
Can we now have
Well,
can we now have the argument that I wanted to actually ask, because Ashraf made a claim Chez was not here, and I actually want to battle that argument.
Before the
But I
claim,
want-
just so we
Ya
don't
Allah,
go.
let me
just so we
do
don't
the
get-
super chat.
Habibi, I was gonna say something and you cut me off. You told me let him finish. I said I'm gonna call you out because remember 4 months ago when we were arguing here on this channel and David was here, and David and I were telling you and Hussam, and you and Hussam were saying, who's more primed for success right now based on the current team? Newcastle and Chelsea. And we were laughing that you guys were picking Newcastle. And you put more Newcastle players in a combined 11 than with Chelsea. And we were laughing at you, David. And
Can I just tell you
now,
that based on,
now do you
okay?
admit you were wrong?
No. Based on last season, I actually think that I'll get Isak there. Chelsea wingers were not great. I believe Livramento was very good. He will play right back. Korea will play left back. I believe that Dan Burn was better than Levi Colwell last season, especially for consistency the majority of the season. Caicedo was the best midfielder in the league last season. I believe Enzo Fernandez was good. Cole Palmer was not having a good season. Put Bruno Guimaraes ahead of him. We actually did it. Isak would start. You remember? We did this.
I only know Isak, Gordon.
Yeah,
One of the
Gordon, and that's it really.
One of the
hold
centre
on.
backs.
Guys,
One of the
to be
centre
honest with
backs from
you,
Newcastle. The right
honest
back.
with you,
That's it.
I'm going to tell you something. Based on last season,
Bruno, maybe.
Jacob Murphy, based on his numbers and how he played last season for Newcastle, he would actually, he would have better
He wasn't
season
better than
than
Neto.
coaches.
Who was better than Neto as a winger for Newcastle?
Definitely Jacob Murphy. He had 20 GA or something. He had like 9 goals, 11 assists. Are you crazy? Based on last season, is he a better player than Neto? Probably not.
But at that time, by the way, I remember at that time he didn't have, because his numbers started getting, I could be wrong, but at that time Jacob Murphy wasn't in the conversation. We were saying all the players. You said the entire backline of Newcastle gets in, which I don't agree with. You said, I don't remember what we said. I don't remember what you said.
I definitely said at that time, even though I don't like Korea, I said Newcastle really, they were changing Lewis Hall, Livramento sometimes. They didn't have a right back. They were playing Livramento.
Oh, we didn't have Enzo as well. I remember we said Bruno.
Because
Palmer.
Enzo ended the season very good. Remember?
I still think there's more Chelsea players. And if you
to
look
be
at
honest with you, if you look at now how Chelsea ended the season, by the way, ending the season is a big thing, Ashraf.
Yeah,
how you end the season is a massive thing. Let me just do this super chat because I really want to just discuss this best 10 in the league and the best midfield and all the stuff. So, world champion, these Arsenal bums can chat to us. A lot of Chelsea fans have said that Arsenal can't chat to them at all because Chelsea won the Conference League and the Club World Cup. To be honest with you, the Club World Cup is great.
Who cares? But the Club World Cup, yeah, that's serious.
I think actually that
the way
was a
they
good
won it as
achievement.
well.
Yeah, especially City and Chelsea are favorites for the title. What?
What?
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
He's being sarcastic.
And you wonder why. And you wonder why I get rattled.
Want me to list all the games you scraped as well? 3-2 win over Southampton 4-1. I'm so fed up with Liverpool glazing and Chelsea hate. This is from this Liverpool fan. For some reason, Mac hates Chelsea, even though they're not rivals at the current moment. I don't know, but Blaze, there are games that Liverpool scraped as well. Bro, this Liverpool fan just had 3 brain cells. He's just a hater. He's a hater and he's salty a little bit. This Liverpool fan doesn't represent the rest of Liverpool fans. All right,
Thank you very much. I don't know, Max.
By the way, none of us here declares that they represent a fan base. Each one of us represents themselves. Let's just establish this. Matt, do you use this much analysis for Liverpool wins?
Do I?
Mac, do you use this analysis for Liverpool wins?
I just all I did was just read out the games that you scraped. Like
a great Liverpool team that scraped against
Chelsea.
Chelsea 2-1 at Anfield.
Turned the corner. You said that they were something different. I just.
As a Liverpool fan, I'm annoyed when some of our supporters are so bitter. Give the people their props and move on. They did what they could.
I said Chelsea, well done, but to like come out and start saying that you're
saying what? What did everyone say on the stream which made you smack? What did everyone? What did you hear from any 3 of us?
Literally Chelsea fans saying they are the best team in the world.
No one of us said that.
No one said that. They said they're world champions,
channels,
which is a fact.
They are
world champions.
I'm technically world champions for 4 years.
Fluminense won, so they're the best team in the world.
Oh, well, I've got it now.
They would be world champions. Yes, if Fluminense won it, they would have been world champions.
Ashraf,
correct.
He's upset Liverpool's not getting the limelight anymore, and the limelight's gone to Chelsea.
Because the league thing is done.
Ridiculous draw.
That's a good point. That is a good point. I didn't.
Guys, I really want to have a genuine conversation, at least for 15 minutes, please. Ridiculous Joao Club World Cup run, but hype subverts from Germany. Yeah, fair enough, Blaze. Yeah. Redline Taraga, fully disagree with K-Mac. Not all Liverpool fans are the same. Fair enough, man.
A lot of fans are against Mac.
The Palmer. Thank you, Mac. Appreciate you guys. Guys, hit that like button. We're very close to 500 likes. Samuel here. Okay, just one more. The problem I have with other fans is that they always think their teams are always better than Chelsea. mark my word, Liverpool isn't going to win the league.
By the way, I do
doubt-
think Liverpool are better than Chelsea. I think Arsenal are better than Chelsea, but no one has said our argument wasn't that. Our argument was give Chelsea their flowers. Like, when you cannot
100%.
be doing something against the odds, it is against the odds. Them slapping PSG that way and dominating them is incredibly against the odds, and that shows they're super serious. But I don't think
Not
they're better
only
than us
that,
or better than Liverpool. by the
Enzo
way.
Maresca, by the way, I'm just going to say this before Shes comes in and talk about the Cole
Mm.
Palmer. Enzo Maresca, to be honest with you, schooled Luis Enrique to the point that he's completely changed the tactics that he played the whole season just for that game, and it worked like a charm. Bro, Chelsea started the game all over the PSG, and they schooled them. That is credit to the Italian guy, Enzo Maresca. It was the Italian job. Clearly the Italian job. But really, the people still doubt Cole Palmer and say that he's not someone, he's the best 10 in the league. He's the best attacking midfielder in the league currently. Wirtz hasn't even played a game in the Premier League. Yes, he was great about Leverkusen. He was great with Germany. But Cole Palmer has had a 38 GA season. Is something that doesn't come often. Right? So for people to say that Wirtz automatically becomes the best, with all due respect, Wirtz is not Mbappe. He's not. People treat Wirtz like he's Mbappe. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. He's not Lamine Yamal. He's good, very good player. But he's not Mbappe.
Yeah, he's not like that level yet. He's just not. Like, he's just not.
Yeah, that's what I don't understand.
I think
Palmer
he is
has
that level.
proven.
In that final, did Palmer play off the right?
No.
Yeah.
It was
really.
Malo Gusto. Okay. It was
not
Malo
really.
Gusto, the touchline winger. It's the
the
half space. It was the half.
Right half
Space.
space, yeah.
He's so good
Like-
on the right. He never got played on the right enough last season. For me,
It became predictable, so the manager tried changing it up. That's
Yeah.
the thing. This season with more options, hopefully you get Rodgers through a line. We'll have many options. You won't need to force him to play in the middle or the right, so it'll be more unpredictable. But last season, our only main outlets during that bad run were literally Palmer. If not, it's Peak. That's why we only scored like 1 goal each game on average, the last 8 games of the season. It was our
what I
defense.
said, by the way.
Yeah.
That's also what I said.
No, but
Like,
there's context behind that. The context is our attack has not been good last season at all. If we had a better attack, we stay in that title race. Even despite the injuries and the manager being crap. If you watch the Fulham game, if you watch even the Brighton games, it wasn't the one Brighton game we played crap in, our worst game of the season. But the other one, we created like 2-3 chances, couldn't score it. They get a half chance, they score it. Matoma, touchdown, bang. That's the difference. Last season, we didn't have much different makers. That's why we finished 4th and not 2nd or 3rd. Man City was the same. That's why they finished 1 point ahead of us. Arsenal were the same. They only finished 5 points ahead of us. We all lack difference makers. What did Liverpool have over us 3? A difference maker, Salah.
Yeah.
And by the way, Palmer is our difference maker. But like I've already admitted on this show, he didn't have a good spell between like January and like April. And then when the form improved of the team, his performances improved. Hence why he didn't get GA against, for example, Liverpool. But he performed quite well, and he performed against the rest of the teams in the final, for example, and helped us get our goal. But now this season, if you have Rodgers, Esteval, a winger, João Pedro Delap, now there's other players who can step up and actually produce when Palmer's off form. Last season, season before, if Palmer's not playing well creatively, Enzo Fernandez is deep in midfield. Who's creating chances? And despite that, by the way, Matt, the irony came out here. Chelsea created the 2nd most chances in the league last season.
oh no, I didn't say you didn't create chances.
Behind who? Have a guess. Liverpool.
Yeah, us. I didn't say you didn't create chances. You just didn't put it in the bag.
That's my point. That's how when people say to me that running, and by the way, it wasn't that many games. It was about 5, 6 games. I think we won 2 out of 5 or 6. But that's the difference between us getting 1st and 4th. Those 4 games, you improve and you get the wins. And now we're neck and neck with Liverpool going into like March, April. And all of a sudden now, everyone's seeing Chelsea and Liverpool are neck and neck. But we didn't have the difference makers. The manager changed things up. It was too late by then for the title race, but we managed to get top 4 in the end. And I agree with you, Ken. We shouldn't have scripted on the last day. I shouldn't have been making content going, "Are we going to be Nottingham Forest today?" We should have definitely got it before the Fulham game or around that period, but we messed up. But the team is not good enough to get top 4, hence why we did it in the end quite comfortably. If you watch the last game of the season, it was quite easy. Nottingham Forest didn't really do anything. 1 or 2 chances, cool. But for people writing us off, that's fine because Chelsea thrive under people that came out comments saying,
What
no
do you mean
chance.
write you off? What is your
Like,
expectations
For
next season?
example, I think a lot of people are doing one game analysis, meaning if we'd lost the game, I think a lot of people would have crashed it on the club and gone, this is why you can't compete. PSG just slapped you in the final. Now we beat them and slapped them the way we did. I think people are going too far and going, Chelsea are going to win the league.
No,
But in
no
the
one
same
said.
breath- No, people saying like Chelsea
Yeah,
must
they are.
win it.
They are.
But I'm saying we'll compete.
Not him, but they
regardless.
are. Like, they literally are.
You say what?
I
There's
don't
so
think
many
any
Chelsea fans that think they're going to win the league now.
No. Hold on. You say what, Chef? You think you're gonna go what?
No, I said regardless of the win or not, I said beforehand we should compete for the league.
Yeah,
Better than we did
100%.
last year. Yeah. So whether we lost the game or not, I'll be sitting here saying the same thing. But rivals have gone from you must compete because of the money to you must win because of the money. It's like I don't really think you think we're better than Liverpool or Arsenal. But I said to you, most rivals, are we better than Liverpool
There
or
are
Arsenal?
people that believe
Chelsea,
that.
no.
There are people that believe that actually Chelsea now might be ahead of Arsenal and City.
But there's an argument for that. If we can perform like the last 10 games of the season and the finals we've done for 80% of next season, there's definitely a chance to finish above them. But it will depend on what they do. Because life doesn't work in a vacuum. Just because we improve, they might also improve with Gyokeres, and Liverpool might improve with Wirtz and the new winger they get in. So it's not just about us improving, it's about other teams as well. And by the way, one of these two is going to be upset next season because they both can't win the league. So it's one of them ones where as much as people want to put that expectation on Chelsea, which I want the expectation because I think my team's good enough to compete, it's not just about competing, it's about winning, which is why the win the other day was massive because it's about getting these trophies, about getting these accolades, as well as competing. Like if someone said to me,
Like that,
win
of
this
course.
trophy and get top 4 next season, win another trophy, I'll take that over. Don't win the trophy, but get second. I don't really care about like second, third. As long as you're up there competing, cool. But you need to be winning on the way, which is why Ashraf's upset. He doesn't win anything. He's not winning anything. He's just sitting around like talking about content about Arsenal, but there's nothing to show for it. It's just words. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, Arsenal Liverpool have equal amount of expectation. Liverpool because they've just won the league, so recency biased, and because they've signed top players. Arsenal's because they just have to because the money. They spent over $1 billion now, and the time he's been there. City, I'm not gonna lie to you. I've said this before, but we had this debate on this channel with Ashraf and Osama. I said City. If they don't win the league, no one's going to care. I can tell you for a fact, no one's gonna care.
I think now they'll
If
start
any City
caring.
fan
man.
tells you they don't care, they're lying. They're literally lying. Like they've
Have
won.
you seen
like,
City fans crying on the media about the
no,
Isak?
I haven't. But if they were, that's
It's
ridiculous.
crazy.
They've won.
No,
they've
they
won,
are
like,
crying
7 out of
about
8
their.
leagues.
They're crying about the Isak. Like, how would Liverpool get
Oh,
Isak?
come
And
on, like,
they're crying
they've
now.
won
Some
like
of
the
them.
last like 6 out of 8 league titles. Like if Chelsea had done that and go on a 2-year run. And by the way, they still made the final and still came third. Like
No,
it's-
100%.
so Liverpool and Arsenal will be the ones where everyone's be looking at. I think Chelsea and City will be their own little bracket. See who comes third. But again, these things can change. If Chelsea signed Hato, cover for left back, we signed Rodgers, we get a goalkeeper in, we get a centre back. By the way, all these players we're linked to. All of a sudden, now people look at my club and go, "Wait a minute, they're quite stacked. They've got a lot of options." And then there's on the manager. So, has Ches already said where Chelsea would finish next season? No one's made any predictions yet because we're still in July. Like no one.
We
can
make
predict
predictions probably in August, and then one after
Yeah,
the
then maybe
window
like
ends.
late August when the transfer is about to end. Because transfer don't end until 1st September. We've still got another 6-7 weeks to go.
Yeah.
So I think it's a bit stupid for any of us because Liverpool might sign Isak and they undoubtedly become favourites, even if you support Arsenal or not. Like just make logically,
or even
sense.
Rodrigo.
Yeah, exactly.
The Saudi window opens tomorrow, so who knows?
You might sell Nunes for cash, get Isak in, and now most people objectively have to go, wait, you just won the league, you got the same core, and you better Isak works 2 fullbacks. Like it's kind of self-explanatory who you think's going to win the league. Whether they win it or not, it's a different question. Because it's hard to retain leagues.
It is hard, and Liverpool have never done it.
I don't know. The only team who's done it
in 30 years. 40 years, sorry. 40 years we haven't done it.
Yeah, like none of us other than City have won back-to-back in a long time. So it's
Never
not a stupid thing. Although they're favourites, it's not inconceivable Arsenal win it based off the history of the Premier League. So
As long as
Hold on.
Liverpool are there, they will be a lamplight. Chelsea will be in our shadows 20 times, 6 Champions League. Try being us.
you say that, but 90% of people in this chat have seen Chelsea win most trophies in the Premier League. So that's kind of ironic.
Also, there is one more thing. I just thought about it when Shez said Arsenal. No one expected Liverpool to win the league last season. Everyone expected.
That's my point. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Football
can
doesn't.
Chelsea-
Imo, I'm going to say the statement again. Football never works the way you think it does. K-Mac
Yes.
sat here last week and said, I just can't see a way Chelsea beat PSG, and the literal opposite happened. That's football. That's why I'm not going to sit here and say Arsenal can't win the league, because it logically makes sense they might win the league. In fact, they should be, in my head, they actually probably will win the league based on history, how things.
Like in everyone's head, City and Arsenal were going to be first and second.
Yeah. Like in most people's head, people have Chelsea fourth, Liverpool first, Arsenal second, City third. It could end up being Chelsea second, Liverpool first, tower race, Arsenal fourth. Or Arsenal win the league by a canter and Liverpool in third. We don't know.
I think
Predictions-
Chelsea can play a role in this
Predictions
league
are
next
just
season.
feelings based off evidence. Like you don't really,
It's all-
no one knows, innit? Like if you
I
knew,
think Chelsea will play a big role. I
sorry,
think Chelsea will play a big role in the league next
I
season.
do as well,
It's
but it's been a long
themselves.
time, so it's hard for Chelsea fans to see that.
Like it is not going to be a top 4 scrape like last season. It
Mo,
is not.
what I would say is this: I think we have more chance of getting far in the Champions League than Premier League. I think in the
Probably.
our
I
team,
agree.
our team is
Chelsea
built
is
where
so good in Europe. So
yeah,
good
like
in
we
Europe.
have the heritage, firstly, and secondly, our team. Though, if you look at our team, they're very competent players in terms of like European football,
Yes.
the physicality of it, the speed of it. I can't think of a lot of. I say this now, but football doesn't work in the way I think it does, ironically. But as it stands, I can't really see a lot of teams beating us in Europe. The only
The
teams that
problem
can
is
beating us is a Premier League team, like a Liverpool,
Yeah.
maybe. And even then, what would everyone say, Ashraf? I expect Liverpool to beat Chelsea, and what would happen?
0% chance Chelsea beat Liverpool. 0%.
Hey, Mac, on here. There's no way you beat us, mate. There's no way.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Big up everybody that is here. Thank you so much. Shez, thank you for joining us. Ashraf Talks Ball. K-Mac is here, and Philip, the Newcastle fan, who's here with us. That was a great show, guys.
I rattled everyone.
I am
Apologies.
live in about 2.5 hours for a solo show. We'll talk about everything that is happening at the current moment. So stay here and don't go anywhere. If you go to that show, I want you guys to like the video, and then you can leave and turn on the notification bell. Thank you for everyone that joined us. Chess is live every day. Ashraf is on the Quora pod with Saad, of course, as always, and K-Mac is live every day. Philip as well. Big up everybody that is here. I will see you guys tonight in 2 hours, and we are out of here, people. Hit that like button before you go. We're out of here.